Good evening, race fans. Welcome to race 13 of 15 here for the LSRL Xfinity Series here at Martinsville for the Paperclip 200. We solo in the booth here again tonight. Art is out. Gonna have some strongly worded messages for him. He's taking an extended vacation. But tonight's race information is as follows: 2 laps of qualifying for the 200-lap main event, stage break at lap 60. Estimated field run 105 to 110 laps. 5 total tire sets, I believe. Yep, 5 total. 1 starter, 4 in the pits, 0 fast repairs, and 2 green-white checkers if needed. Here tonight at Martinsville, and had a little bit of a later start than I would have wanted due to an iRacing download issue. So, unfortunately, qualifying mostly completed. Already 2 minutes in. But looks like we have 10 times on the board from first down to 10th. Randy Arms, the man to beat at the moment. Looks like James Goodwin going to give us some action here, so we could call that the 11 machine. Going out for his 1 out lap, 2 times to be set. Time to beat a 19,490. 1.2 seconds separating first to 10th. And James Goodwin sets off on his first lap. Let's go on board. Off of turn 2. Don't get hardly any time to collect your thoughts before you're diving off into turn 3. Hard on the brakes. Don't hit the... don't go over the concrete beam or the painted line there. Don't want to cross over that curbing. First lap good enough for P8. 19.92. No improvement on the second lap, at least in the first half of the lap. Through 3 and 4. Looked like really unstable braking in his second lap. A 20 flat, so just a little bit off, but he'll remain in P8. And I think that'll do it. Tyler Justice, just like last week, not setting a time. But he ended up winning at Pocono last week, even though he did not qualify. .30 seconds remaining in quali, but no one going to get out on the racetrack. So Randy Arms putting it on pole, looking for his 3rd win of the season. Glenn Murphy Jr. starting to his outside. Row number 2 will be the Ritchie brothers, then Michael Davis, Ryan Tiller, Casey Brown, James Goodwin, Payson Lindsay, Tony Scarbo rounding out the top 10, and then Wyatt Garrett in 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Jonathan Schwartz, Tyler Justice, Joseph McGill, Landon Quisenberry electing not to qualify. That'll be set by iRating, so that'll be Tyler Justice, Schwartz, Quisenberry, and McGill to round out the 15-car field. Let's see here. Alrighty, I think just waiting on our pole sitter and Landon Quisenberry, so first and 15th. Waiting on them to complete the field. Let's go ahead and show you The championship standings as they came into tonight. Talladega next week to end the round of 12 and get us our 4 championship drivers. Right now, Randy Arms, Tyler Justice, Glenn Murphy Jr., and Jonathan Schwartz moving on. Ryan Tiller, Scarbo, Goodwin, Kyle Ritchie, Quisenberry, Eric Shields, Mazzella trying to find a way back in. Casey Brown not able to make it tonight. Mazzella, I don't think, is able to make it either here tonight, unfortunately. Neither is Eric Shields. Quisenberry hasn't gridded up. Kyle Ritchie is here. Goodwin is here. Scarbo is here. Tiller is here. I don't know if that has anything. I don't know the correlation if NCAA College Football 25, any correlation there, but we'll see. Taking the internet by sensation. Deservedly so. Game of the Year candidate, obviously. But those are the championship standings. 3-way tie for first. And Jonathan Schwartz a little bit back and forth. They're looking to make it unscathed to Talladega next week. Clinch their shot. In the championship, 4 drivers highlighted in purple are the playoff contenders. 2 pace laps, 14 drivers. Looking like we're going to get ready for racing. Interesting to see the Ritchie row number 2. Pace car is off, and the Paperclip 200. Through the Geico restart zone for Randy Arms, waiting really late, and we're underway. And a great restart for Randy. Kyle Ritchie trying to take second away from Glenn Murphy Jr. He got a great jump, and they'll be side by side into turn number 3. But a strong move around the outside for that 48. He'll hold position. James Goodwin up 2 spots, as is Tyler Justice, who's up 3. Speaking of 3, it's nearly 3 wide. Still 3 wide. Payson Lindsay on the inside. Tyler Justice and Casey Brown already swapping some paint just a little bit. And looks like Payson Lindsay will hold that 9th position. Tyler Justice looking to get back underneath him to pick up another spot here early. Quickest man on the racetrack was Glenn Murphy Jr. That 48 machine has made 10 starts, has gotten 10 top 5s. Looking to continue that streak here, pick up only what would be his 2nd win. So he is usually the bridesmaid, usually not the bride, except at Atlanta earlier this season, where he dominated that race along with his team. Looking back here, looks like Michael Davis starting to form a little bit of a 5-car train. Fuel won't be an issue here tonight for these stages. Jason Lindsay said in chat right before we got underway, fumbled in quality, going to have to work his way forward. That's what he's trying to do right now, putting Tony Scarbo under pressure. That 57, not in the spot he would like to be right now, on the outside. It's got a railroad of cars underneath them, a choo-choo train as it's usually described. A train of cars to the inside. Michael Davis loses 2 spots in 2 corners. Wyatt Garrett pounds the outside wall. And that 78 machine, and we had somebody around. It was Joseph McGill off into turn number 3. First caution of the evening is out. So let's see what happened here to that 69 machine. Coming off of turn number 2 here. Oh, he just put way too much brake in it, missed his braking point. Too much rear brake, and it just snapped around on him and lightly backed it into the fence. So he will be okay to continue. He was trying to push to keep up with that 98, and he sent it in, and that thing just slight contact. We'll need some 4 fresh tires, but Other than that, he'll be okay. Top 4, exactly the same since the start. Tiller's up 1, Goodwin up 2, Scarbo up 3, Lindsay up 1, Tyler Justice up 3, and Michael Davis down 5. Schwartz up 2, Casey Brown down 5, Wyatt Garrett down 2, and Joseph McGill right where he started. Quisenberry not able to make it. He did somehow get in the session, but not able to make laps at the moment with how quick these laps are at Martinsville, the short track nature. His race, you can see him in the Atomic Motorsports channel, but with as many laps down as he's already... iRacing server's not letting him in. I had the same issue with the download. And that's really a tragic way to pretty much end his season, due to a technical failure outside of his control. Even if he gets in, it's the nature of Martinsville, he'll be many laps down. I foresee him making that up. But McGill going to come in, change out those tires. Quisenberry, speak of the devil, finally let him in. And he will be quite a ways back, unfortunately. 13 or 12 laps down, I should say. He'll officially complete his first lap, and it'll say he's 12 laps down. Or 11, I should say, once he catches up. The lights are off on top of the pace car. McGill, 4 fresh tires. A little bit of cosmetic damage to the back bumper, but it'll be okay. Looks like everyone has caught back up to the field. Let's give us 15 cars, 14 on the lead lap. The arms through the Geico restart zone, gets us back underway. Great restart again for that 8 machine. Kyle Ritchie not able to take advantage like he did on the initial start. No pressure for that 48 for the time being. Kyle leading his brother Kevin, and a whole mess behind him. The accordion effect begins right off the bat. Payson Lindsay around the outside. He would have dived out, and oh, there's James Goodwin! Spinning in front of the field. Caution is out. Big problems there for that 11 machine. I don't believe he gets any help. He just gets in pretty hot. Doesn't want to run into the back of the 23. A lot of rear brake. Around it goes. Payson Lindsay nowhere to go. It happens right in front of him. So really not a whole lot he could have done there. Tyler Justice. Scarbo just gonna... Oh, he does get a piece of it. Michael Davis. Evasive maneuvers there from... McGill or James Goodwin gets the worst of that. We'll see if he actually has a rear bumper or not. Let's go on board with him. You'll just hear it go around. Just all of a sudden, just like that. So there's first collision. And on board, you don't see the second one. He might still keep his rear bumper. But look, it just snapped on him under braking. That was... just looked loose the second he applied the brakes, and it snapped on him. Payson Lindsay just with a... I mean, what do you do in that situation? Not a whole lot you can do. They all scatter. Good use of the brakes there from everybody. Scarbo does have a close call. Close look at this. He's coming back down the racetrack. And you do hear a little bit going over the curb and some slight collisions here and there, but I think he should be okay. Evasive maneuvers there from McGill. that is pretty much the entirety of the second caution. Goodwin was able to get some service, and he will remain on the lead lap. They don't count out Landon Quisenberry. 2 quick cautions, only 9 laps down. Obviously, only one's going to get any lucky dogs or wave rounds or anything, so if we just want to have a couple of for fun cautions, get him back up there. Or just let him go around enough. I don't think anyone would complain too much. But I saw that in Goodwin's qualifying lap as well. He kind of just looked a little unstable under braking. Got in a bit deep there, it looked like, and it just came around on him. Lights are off on top of the pace car yet again. See what happens here on the third restart of the race. 15 cars running, 14 on the lead lap. See if Kyle Ritchie can challenge here potentially in second. Great restart for Randy as they scatter throughout the field. Will be clear into turn number 1. Kyle Ritchie is side by side with Glenn Murphy Jr. on the exit of turn number 2. Glenn will have the momentum off the corner and clear into second. Tiller putting some pressure on the other Ritchie brother for fourth. Here comes Tyler Justice behind him. Tiller got a little bit hung up. And look at Payson Lindsay. That's not going to work. Third caution of the evening. And he got some significant damage to the rear end there. I think Quisenberry only 8 laps down now. Go on board with him here. Saw the racing. Tiller got a little... had to back out of it just a tiny bit and sent it in way too deep and was on the high side of the racetrack. James Goodwin said, "Don't go above the concrete if you can help it." And he entered really high. And it was not going to grip up. It was not going to stop. Not a whole lot he could have done there once he got going. Get all the angles of this one. I mean, it was a single car incident. Tiller just, I mean, he does not hit Tiller or Tyler Justice. Just sails off into the corner all by himself. Let's take a good look at it. It is close, though. Tiller's probably like, oh, that was probably closer than he wanted it. There he goes. Backs into the fence. Just sails on by. So even though it's a 15-car field, still proving challenging for these drivers. To handle the half-mile Paperclip. We'll see if he's able to stay on the lead lap. 99 of Payson Lindsay. Don't get a whole lot of time to make repairs here. It's probably the biggest downside once you're in a wreck. Not a whole lot of time for repairs, but also aerodynamics really aren't that important here. Horsepower, I mean, it is what it is. Quisenberry getting another lap back. He's got one more guaranteed at the stage at lap 60. So you just never know. Payson Lindsay does remain on the lead lap. Quisenberry should get the go-ahead this time by, I believe. They go to 8 down, and then he would get to 7 down. Or never mind, he just got to 9 down. My apologies. He'll get to 8 down at the stage break. And he needs 8 more cautions throughout this race. Long race in front of these guys, though. 200 laps. Don't get a whole lot of time to get your wits about you, obviously on the front and back straightaway. A couple of seconds before you're diving off into the hairpins. And here we go, back underway. 27. Great jump again for Randy. We'll see how it filters out further back. A bit of contact, a lot of contact action between that 11 and the 57, the 99 right back in the mix. 78 White, Garrett, McGill, Quisenberry, just, maybe go off and dump somebody 8 times, get your laps back. Technically, you don't have to do it 7 times in a stage caution. How about Tyler Justice already back into the top 5, challenging around the outside of the 51 of Kevin Ritchie. Still sporting his American 4th of July independent patriotic paint scheme, whatever you want to call it. So entering twilight, dusk, whatever you want to call it. Top 4 unchanged. Since the drop of the green flag, Tyler Justice trying to change that. Joseph McGill, not sure what happened to that 69 machine. Yellow is out. So he had an initial incident. Racing that 78 machine, he was to the inside and just overcooked it a little bit into the side. And that sends him around. And he's trying to back it up. Tight confines here, and he gets it going. By the time he gets it going, he sees the leaders. He's on the inside, doesn't want to continue on his course and get in the way, and he can't jump to the high side. But unfortunately, his low rate of speed, and right there, because he really doesn't want to get in the way, pretty much parks it, brings out the caution. A couple of takers here for some tires, potentially. Don't think they would be able to make it to the end from here. If we keep getting a bunch of cautions, who knows? Landon Quisenberry getting another lap back. 8 laps down now. We'll get to 7 with the stage break. So he is continuing to fight log laps, and you just never know, I guess. Looks like Joseph McGill will lose a couple of laps in this sequence to hold everything for the Landon Quisenberry comeback train at the moment. Should be one more time around for the pace car until we get the one to go signal. And Joseph McGill is still on pit road. Quisenberry has to go around 5 more times, so he'd like to get this underway as quick as possible to make those laps up. Here we go. Restart coming on lap 36. It'll be 14 cars on track. 13 of them on the lead laps. Pace car is off halfway through our first and only stage. Maybe with another great jump, he'll be clear down into turn number 1. Tyler Justice trying to get to the inside of Kevin Ritchie to break up that top 4 for the first time tonight. Still looking. 51 washes up just a little bit. Tyler Justice says thank you very much. Kevin Ritchie backed out a little bit down the front stretch. That's allowing Schwartz to take advantage. And he's to the inside of that 51. Ryan Tiller licking his chops next up. Hoping that 51 gets cut on the outside for a little bit longer. 23 taking a peek at it. 51 should be able to... No, not quite. Tiller drove it in deep. Loses just a tad bit on the exit. Battling further back here. James Goodwin trying to make his way back up. Pace and Lindsay, same thing after their incidents. Landon Quisenberry makes a pass. Puts around Joseph McGill, who's still on pit road. Jonathan Schwartz getting by Kyle Ritchie there. As it stands, the top 4 entering tonight. And the points are 1 through 4 on the racetrack, and they put themselves in a fantastic position. Talladega, if this result holds, everyone else will be on the outside looking in. Needs some of that Talladega chaos to help them out. Still a long race to go. We'll see how it shakes out at the end. 59 challenging on the 99. Looks like these guys have settled down now. Learning a little bit about their race cars. 20 laps to go in the stage. Vital stage points. Tyler Justice and Schwartz both +9 from the back of the field after not setting a qualifying lap. Randy Arms has led all of the opening 43 laps. We go flag to flag in stage 1, pick up another 10 points, and all but secure himself into the round of 4. It's so funny, all 3 of these guys, Randy Arms, Glenn Murphy Jr., Tyler Justice, they were tied for the points lead coming into the night, and Jonathan Schwartz was in 4th, so it's running exactly as in championship order. Come to 15 laps to go in the stage. Don't discount out that 6 once we reset everything on the stage break. He'll have that track position. He'll wipe out that 0.8 of a second margin to Glenn and a second to Randy Arms, and you've seen what happens when he gets caught up with the rest of the field. Obviously very quick. .76 trying to find a way around Schwartz. Got his brother behind him. DC Brown chasing after Pace and Lindsay. Michael Davis trying to hold off Tony Skibber, but don't think he's going to be able to do so. 59 machine of Tony Skibber put him up into the 9th position. And that 8 machine looking strong out in front. Let's go on board with him. Looks pretty smooth under braking. Joseph McGill making it back out onto the racetrack after 6, or pretty much 7 minutes of service. So he rejoins the race in progress. But still a slight twitch to the right, even for Randy, so it just shows you how uncomfortable these cars are. Stomping on the brakes, 120 miles an hour all the way down to about 60. And that car rotates center off, and here we go. Schwartz looking at Tyler Justice here, the battle for third. We'll see it all from the onboard of Kyle Ritchie. Looking like he had a great rotation center off there. Can he put that 6 machine under a little bit of pressure? Trying to stick the nose in. Sun starts to set. Schwartz into third. Loses them some time on the leaders with that battle. Schwartz was the man in 4th place, would love every possible point he can get on those behind him. Kyle Ritchie about losing it off of turn number 4. There's the gap at the front, still stable at half a second. 13 cars from the lead lap. Wyatt Garrett, though. No rear clip. Not sure when that happened. Had some damage to the right front as well. And he's about to be put a lap down. But would regain it because the next closest person 10 seconds up the road. So as long as he doesn't go another lap down in the next 5 laps, he'll get that lap right back. That though, Glenn closing back in, was half a second, now it's 3/10. See everything left for him in this final 5 laps. Mason Lindsay not in danger of going a lap down. Unfortunately for Landon Quisenberry, he will pretty much be stuck at 8 laps down. Garrett will get back on the lead lap, trying to stay out of the way. Tyler Justice now down to 6th. As both the Richies get by. And that's 76. Kind of forcing the issue maybe a little bit. Don't think he made contact, just forced him up the racetrack and put him in an awkward position. So 6 bailed out. Give it 2 laps to go in the stage, and Glenn Murphy Jr. is there. The brake rotor's glowing. 2.5 car lengths, 2 laps to go in the stage. Back to Michael Davis in 10th, who should be able to hold off Casey Brown. On this lap, Glenn Murphy Jr. lost about 1/10.5 on the exit of 2. So with 1 more lap remaining, should be Randy Arms to cover it. As long as he can get off of 2 here. I'll allow that 48 within dive bomb range and does it just fine. So into 3 for the final time in stage 1. Randy Arms goes flag to flag in stage number 1. A dominant performance. And Glenn Murphy Jr. second, Schwartz, Kyle, then Kevin Ritchie, Tyler Justice, Ryan Tiller, Goodwin, Scarbo, and Michael Davis picking up stage points as the yellow flies here. Garrett, your lucky dog, gets back on the lead lap in 13th. And we'll get a couple of quick words in from the incredible partners of the LSRL Xfinity Series as pit stops are about to get underway. And under that stage pit stops, Randy Arms lost the lead. Glenn Murphy Jr., good work by the crew, good work by the driver. 14.53 second pit stop time for Glenn. 14.85 for Randy Arms, leading to a pit lane time of 49.05. Murphy Jr.'s pit lane time, a 47.97. Over a second. You saw him on the entry to his box, was nearly pushing Randy around that corner. And he'll get the lead. When we get back green here. Looks like Wyatt Garrett, did he not get the... Looks like Quisenberry got it, actually. He's going to take the wave around. Well, he's going to take the wave around. Why did Wyatt Garrett not get... guess he got trapped a lap down during his pit stop there. Another lap down, so does not get back on the lead lap. Yeah, Quisenberry hasn't pitted. Doesn't have to. Just hoping for some more cautions. We've about used them all up, though. It'll be 12 cars on the lead lap. All 15 still running. Wyatt Garrett from Quisenberry and McGill, the lap down cars, each on their own lap. And Quisenberry should be able to catch. But now it's Glenn Murphy Jr. out in front. How big will that be come the end of this thing? And we waste no time into the Geico restart zone. We're back underway here, lap 67. Randy able to clear it for second. Tyler Justice back up into fourth, inside of Schwartz. Michael Davis to the inside of Scarabo. Here comes Payson Lindsay now to the inside of Scarabo. Lindsay thinking about a 3-wide move here into turn number 1. To get the elbows out there, it looks like, in that 99 machine. Drives it in real deep, washes up just a little bit, that 57. Holding strong on the high side for now. Tony Scarabo getting the front row seat of this. 99 drives it in real deep. Oh, the 57, a little bit of contact from Tony Scarabo. Casey Brown, Kevin Ritchie also right there. Ritchie had a 26-second pit stop under yellow for the stage, so he's now back to 12th. Last car on the lead lap, and that clean air doing wonders for Glenn Murphy Jr. Half a second out in front of Randy Arms. 4 cars under a blanket back here. Tony Scarabo finally completes the move on Michael Davis. Casey Brown. Also able to clear. Now Kevin Ritchie would love to do the same thing. Casey Brown was not able to clear just yet. 57 still fighting back, but loses a little on the exit. And here comes the 51 machine. And here are your 3 lap cars having a good time amongst each other. The 69 and the 78 battling. Quisenberry, same thing on much older tires. All the lead lap cars all pitted on lap 62. 4 fresh Goodyear tires full of Sunoco Racing fuel. We'll get them very close to the end, but I'm sure of that final number off the top of my head. We were told around 105 to 110, but a lot of cautions in that opening run. Verse 60, so we'll see what it actually is. Fully green if we go that way in the second half of this race. That will be something to monitor. Glenn Murphy Jr. now leads by 0.8 of a second. Got that clean air, and he has not looked back. Single file pretty much for the entire field. Scarabo, Casey Brown, the closest battle we're monitoring at the moment. So lights have turned on, sun begins to set, or continues to set, I should say. Drivers know that they need a good result here. Talladega looming next week. But right now, even if you're Schwartz, you feel comfortable in 5th, Kyle Ritchie in 3rd. You don't lose too many points to him next week. Let's bring up that points battle. Jonathan Schwartz was the man in 4th, and he had a decent lead of 20 points over Kyle Ritchie. And Schwartz able to fall back on some additional stage points in this race. Kyle Ritchie also got some, but Schwartz got more. So even though Kyle Ritchie is 2 spots better than Schwartz right now, it's pretty much like they've evened out. So gap remains at pretty much 20 points. Casey Brown on 1,000 entered tonight, wasn't able to make the first 2 races, but made Martinsville. Hopefully he can make Talladega. So all 12 drivers will have started a playoff race at the conclusion of tonight's event. Yeah, but you're really looking for maybe Tiller, Scarbo, Goodwin. Every point matters, so inside of that 20 points, you got 17 back to Goodwin, 15, and then 14 to Tiller. You were hoping they could get up there and mix it up, but doesn't look like that at the moment, as Schwartz has them all covered on track. So if you're Glenn Murphy Jr., Randy Arms, Tyler Justice, or Jonathan Schwartz, you're feeling really good about your chances, even with Talladega looming next week. Because interestingly enough, Tyler Justice, weird to see him run this low. In reality, this low is just 4th place. Now 3rd, as I believe Randy Arms might be having some connectivity issues, as he dropped from the 2nd position on our timing charts, now down to 12th, has not rejoined. So that tentatively promotes... Oh, there he is. Okay, he just came back. That was a close one. Any longer, could have been a disaster for that 8 machine, but he is back. Holds on to that 2nd place. Starlink internet almost costed him big time there. He's actually now slowly starting to close in. His problems for Jonathan Schwartz. And he is falling down the order. Car is destroyed. We'll see if we get a yellow, but it looked like Tyler Justice was also involved. Yeah, right front broken, but not sure why that happened. There wasn't any contact on the exit of 4. A rare mistake from Tyler Justice. But gets into the wall, and I guess you get like Schwartz is trying to react, but it's just too late. Tyler Justice gets kind of caught up in the fence here, and he just can't get out of it. Just loose off of 4. Yeah, he's just stuck in it. Right front's right there, and yeah, Schwartz just goes straight on. Car not able to turn. And he makes it to pit road. Wyatt Garrett has towed. So giving us 11 cars on track and on the lead lap. And now, all of a sudden, if you're Kyle Ritchie, if you're Ryan Tiller, you are very happy with the way this race is going. Shorts night essentially over. And he'll get that 12th place finish. Actually, he'll be demoted here in a couple of laps down to 13th. Depends on how long the required repairs are. Could even end up lower than that if McGill keeps running his landing. Quisenberry has passed Wyatt Garrett, where he will in the next lap. So another spot for Quisenberry, who refused to quit. Championship implications potentially for Jonathan Schwartz. Joseph McGill still trucking. You could pick up 2 free spots depending on how long these guys are on pit road for. Quisenberry up into 13th. Should catch Schwartz on the next lap. And here's Kevin Ritchie on pace and Lindsay. This is the battle for 7th. Here comes Quisenberry around 3 and 4. Going to pass Jonathan Schwartz, get him up to 12th. Schwartz losing another point. Loses the 0x clean race bonus as well. A lot of points lost there for Jonathan Schwartz in that moment. Joseph McGill will catch him in 9 laps. And that would put Schwartz down to 14th as Tyler Justice is on pit road. So with that damage, we'll see if he's just making his final green flag pit stop of the night, or if he was unable to continue with that damage. Fittingly parking it right in front of Schwartz. So we'll see here. Tires going on. It could just be the last stop of the night and you say, yeah, well, whatever, we'll just deal with it. Looks like he's at least maybe going to get some damage fixed, not sure, but we'll see if he comes back out. As McGill's closing in. Quisenberry's going to get put a lap down. Quisenberry still hasn't pitted yet tonight, so he's on very old tires. We'll just try and stay up out of the way. So we'll hit the halfway point this time by once we finish this lap. Halfway down here at the Paperclip at Martinsville. Murphy Jr. has led since the stage restart on lap 64. Randy Arms led flag to flag in stage number 1. It does look like Tyler Justice is going to call it quits here tonight. And Schwartz might come back out. Not sure. Wyatt Garrett, not sure. But Joseph McGill continues. The best Tyler Justice could finish would be in the 13th position if Schwartz and Garrett don't come back out. With Jonathan Schwartz, you almost kind of have to continue and pick up that free spot because you are on the bubble. So landing Quizen. Oh, 99 into the... Oh, more trouble. No caution. They get it straightened out. 99 just throttled up, then got to the inside, then helped straighten him out. Said, Dad, I just drove 3, but here, you're not going to go spinning around. 99 using the bumper to get to 6th place. Scarbo took advantage into 7th, as they know that Jonathan Schwartz is vulnerable, so every position matters, but that probably loses the 0x bonus for Goodwin if his first crash did in that single car spin. So points lost there, but if you're Tiller or Kyle Ritchie, you're feeling real good about your chances, knowing that you've drove a clean race. Got all the bonus points possible there as Quisenberry has passed Tyler Justice. Quisenberry, only one spot off of top 10, was 11 laps down at one point. Here comes Joseph McGill. Next lap, he'll get by Jonathan Schwartz, as Wyatt Garrett has now been demoted to 15th. Here comes Joseph McGill around. Schwartz still on pit road, and Schwartz now down into 14th, so another point lost. McGill going to put as many laps on Schwartz as he can, because I still think Schwartz wants to come out and get Tyler Justice. We'll see with that damage how much longer he's forced to be idle. So the way things are now, McGill will catch Tyler Justice in 8 laps, and that'll put the 3 cars tentatively out of the race, 13th, 14th, 15th. And it'll mean 12 cars running with 10 on the lead lap. Michael Davis, the last car on the lead lap, but he's in a train only 1.5 seconds to Payson Lindsay, so realistically we could have 5 cars on the lead lap the way this race is playing out. We'll see how it goes into the second half of the race. "90 laps to go." Randy Arms had crawled it and got the gap back down to about 4 car lengths, maybe 3, but it's opened back up to around 7. Now Ritchie closing in here for second. We'll see what happens if James Goodwin gets back to Payson Lindsay. Then we could see some short track tempers there, potentially between that 11 and the 99. 99 completely used up the 11 handful of laps to go. But right now he's got to worry about Casey Brown behind him. And at this point, by the way, I should mention that the final fuel window is open should anyone feel the need to pit. We'll see how that plays out. It's at 98. Looking to the high side. Knows that 11's a bit wounded. Got kind of punted. Did a little half slide. Tires are probably a little bit worn. A little bit of left side damage for his troubles as well. So 98 trying to find a way around. Jonathan Schwartz is desperate for points, so he is going to go back out and at least pick off that spot on Tyler Justice. We'll see if he can catch Joseph McGill with a 7-lap difference. I don't think he will, unless McGill has a bobble or some problems, but Schwartz going to go out, look to secure 13th at the worst, knowing that Kyle Ritchie now into that second spot. And he kind of just let him have it there, as McGill up into 12th, passes Tyler Justice, who completed 96 laps, and McGill still continuing on. Schwartz will do another 7 laps, then get himself promoted into 13th, and it's safe to say that Wyatt Garrett, 9+ minutes of repair with a car that wasn't as broke as Schwartz, so it's safe to say he's out of the race, most likely just watching and supporting his teammates. Landon Quisenberry finally pits. For his first and only stop of the night. They'll have fresh tires. Will come out right in front of the race leader with 100 lap fresher tires. Well, I guess they put it on 62 liters. So 40 lap fresher tires, he should be able to pull away. And look towards the end of this race. It's Kyle Ritchie, 0.8 of a second behind Glenn Murphy Jr. Comes Tony Scarbo on pace, and Lindsay the 59 saw how that 99 was racing earlier. Said, I'm just going to drive it up right underneath you. And here's the battle I've been wanting to see. James Goodwin on pace, and Lindsay. We'll see how that 11 elects to repay the favor, if at all. We shall see. Here comes Jonathan Schwartz around. We'll complete this lap, and we'll get ahead of Tyler Justice to stop the bleeding. At least, in the worst case scenario, gets a 13th place finish. And that pass has been made. So 2 cars out, 15th and 14th. Wyatt Garrett, Tyler Justice, Schwartz, McGill, Quisenberry laps down. All on their own lap, just racing. Maybe something happens, someone loses power and they get a free spot. Kind of locked into where they are for the time being. And let's just see this battle right here. The Jaws theme music playing in the background. I could be totally wrong, and Goodwin's going to treat him with respect. Maybe the 99 apologized over the radio. We'll see if he gets any closer, what he wants to do. What he doesn't want to do is lose out on track position with that 75 on the fresh tires. There's not a whole lot he can do. 75 should actually put the 99 in an awkward position with the fresher tires. And there he goes, holds up the 99 just a little bit. Casey Brown right on the back bumper of this as well. Taking a peek to the inside. McGill trying to stay out of everybody's way. I gave it a great run. Michael Davis completed his service. His final pit stop of the night. 98. Maybe a millisecond later on the brakes. 11 trying to fight it back on the high side. Be tough to do. 98 almost clear. Should complete the pass this time into turn number 1. But look how deep the 11 drove it in on that outside. Not giving up the spot yet. But eventually has to relinquish the 8th position. These are the close battles we're watching. Up at the front, still 7.5 so the gap is pretty stable. Randy's dropped off a little bit back to 3rd. And we do have green flag pit stops, so they will have to all stop one more time, and they have decided that now is the right time to do so. Michael Davis did it a couple laps ago. Ryan Tiller is in. .35 miles an hour. James Goodwin is in on the next lap. Casey Brown also responding. Richie half or a 10th quicker on the last lap. See if that continues. Kevin Ritchie is in. Only the top 5 from your leaders not yet in. Yellow is out. Hold everything. Casey Brown on the fresh tires. on his outlap. Those fresh tires not yet up to speed, and that's a tough way to go about that. And the problem is, if you pit at all, you're multiple laps down. You do not get the advantage of just flying back around to the race lead. You'll get the wave around, but you do not get the track position. So Glenn Murphy Jr. should win the race off pit road. Romp the jack. There he goes. And he almost got second, but Kyle Ritchie snatches that away. And here's a host of others going to take the wave around. Joseph McGill. Kevin Ritchie coming in. There's Ryan Tiller. That definitely changes up the complexion of the race a little bit. Coming down to 60-ish to go. And we'll wait and see how it all shakes out. Yeah, there's your leader. So Quisenberry will take a wave around. Casey Brown, James Goodwin, Michael Davis, and Jonathan Schwartz. Tiller will not get one. Nor will Kevin Ritchie or Payson Lindsay. Payson Lindsay, the last car on the lead lap. Light should be out on the pace car this time by, and the wave around process is underway. For these drivers, they were 2 laps down because they started the sequence of green flag pit stops early, so they go 2 down under the sequence, so they'll do all this to get back to 1 lap down. So the battle for the lucky dog will be incredibly heated. That guy's still trying to catch the field here, such is the short nature of Martinsville, but nevertheless, we're back underway, and what a restart for Randy Arms. Almost put the 48 himself under pressure. Kevin Ritchie over Tiller. It's the battle for the lucky dog, and everybody else that just got their laps back, but it is 5 cars on the lead lap back to Tony Scarbo. With 60 laps to go. Good run for Payson Lindsay. Tonight his 6th start of the season. It's been kind of sporadic scheduling, but looking to pick up his 2nd top 5. And if we don't get another caution and he keeps it clean, then he will get a top 5, pretty much guaranteed, handed to him. The way that the pit strategy worked out for him. Tony Scarbo also looking to pick up another top 10 and potentially another top 5 as well. But with 60 laps to go, we'll see what these drivers have in store for what can be considered, I guess, a sprint to the finish. 60 laps at Martinsville go by pretty quick. 3 pretty much nose to tail. Further back in the field, Kevin Ritchie trying to navigate past Pace and Lindsay. He's got Ryan Tiller tracking him down for that lucky dog spot. Scarebo would love to get past Pace and Lindsay, non-playoff driver. Pick up an extra point. 99's put it in the fence a couple of times, heavy right side damage. Lindsay fighting back on that 51 machine. Couple of different battles here going on. Kevin Ritchie now into the wall. The 59, got to be careful. Probably a little bit quicker than this 99 at the moment. 99 going to block a little bit. We'll see how long the 59 puts up with that. Tiller wants to catch that 51, so not unsure of how long he'll put up with the 59 or the 99. Interesting game being played here by 3 drivers as Kevin Ritchie says, alright, thank you, I've seen what I need to see. I'm driving away from the scene, I don't have to worry about it. And at the front, still nose to tail among the top 3. They have dropped. Obviously, Pace and Lindsay and Scarebo's there in combat here, 4 seconds off the lead. Kevin Ritchie, the lucky dog candidate, 1.2 seconds over over Ryan Tiller. Tiller, 3.5 seconds over Davis. Second, 1.8 seconds over Goodwin. 1 second over Casey Brown. Quisenberry on his own lap, just hanging out. Same thing for McGill, and same thing for Schwartz. Tyler Justice, Mike Gear out of the race. 48 laps to go when they complete this lap. And just a handful of minutes ago, I was talking about 60 now. It's already inside of 48 laps to go now. It goes by just that quick. Here we go again. Tiller was able to clear both this 59 and this 99, so Scarebo has free access to the back bumper of that 99 machine. This is the battle for the 4th position. And you don't want to bring a caution out and give the guys behind you a chance to get back on the lead lap and open up some positions for yourself to lose. Got to be tactically smart about this. You can move them, maybe, if you think you can get away from them once you do so. You don't want to wreck them. Bring out a caution. So Kevin Ritchie has scooted away as a result of all that battling, so Tiller will have some work to do. Arms. Go back to that pass, the restart lap 139. Just the 76 caught napping entirely. It was just a car length back, really. So that lost him second before they even got to the line. And it also Got the 99 through on Scarbo, and those have been the only 2 passes since that restart. And that's what Tony Scarbo's been trying to undo. Kyle Ritchie has been trying to keep up and undo that restart pass. The lap cars, a couple of them 1 lap down. Nothing has really changed for them yet. They're all just hoping they get a break here with 41 laps to go. Glenn Murphy Jr. and you're Randy Arms, you're thrilled with this performance, navigating the short track so far. Puts you in a great spot for Talladega. If you're Kyle Ritchie, you have a little bit of hope. You're going to definitely close the gap on Schwartz. Even if you're Ryan Tiller, you gain a couple points. Same thing with Scarbo, so all to play for at Talladega next week. Race wins still to be decided here even. Randy Arms of the opening 60 laps lost the lead under the stage yellow on pit road. It looks like Tony Scarbo was finally able to complete that move, and it was a mistake that made it happen. 99 caught the curbing. On the exit of 4, lost all his momentum, and Tony Scarbo flew on by Pace and Lindsay. Now half a second back, trying to regain his composure and chase down 4th place. Again, he's still in the 5th position, so still has a top 5 guaranteed if we don't get a caution. Randy missed the corner there, drove it in really deep. That'll compromise his exit, and here comes Kyle Ritchie to put the pressure on for 2nd. Closest battle is among these top 3. Nobody else within a second of each other. So the top 3 are the closest on the racetrack. We'll crank it up for the first time here tonight live on YJ Media. To the crank it up phase. Fine. Glenn Murphy Jr. continuing to lead. Randy not letting him out of his sights, though. Randy, when they missed turn 1 a couple of laps ago, has recovered quickly. Trying to keep the pressure on, maybe force a mistake. Glenn Murphy Jr. hasn't looked back since taking the lead under yellow. Survived 1 restart since then. right, Gary getting a good show here. Engine is off. Crew's been potentially attending to that car for the 30 minutes. Crew chief's still in the box. The 2 cars out of the race. A little bit of lap traffic coming into play here in the closing stages. 25 laps to go. Those will click off very quick. Pace and Lindsay. So we have a caution, hold everything. Michael Davis around, hold absolutely everything. All on his own, probably a similar problem to what we've been seeing. Just gets in, too much rear brake. Oh, he actually just missed the corner entirely. Up over the curb, doesn't hit anything. But obviously that's going to be a caution every day of the week. And let's just see his entry here. Was he around beforehand, or did he just really just misjudge this? I mean, he was sideways anyways. So yeah, he was sideways coming in, getting onto the curbing. And that's obviously going to unsettle the car. Looks like Pace and Lindsay is going to try and steal one here. Kevin Ritchie, your lucky dog, I believe, but let's just even go back to that. Because he got very close here at the end to making some contact, I believe. Way after the fact. Yeah, he almost lost his lucky dog. Like, 30 seconds after the caution came out, he didn't know where the wreck was. A7 obviously trying to get refired. It's close, but it is fine at the end. So Murphy Jr. beats Randy Arms, Kyle Ritchie off, and then Scarabo. Pace and Lindsay stayed out. Kevin Ritchie gets the lucky dog. Ryan Tiller going to take the waiver round, which is not a bad idea with 20 laps to go on a restart. There will most likely be one more caution, I'm betting. So he'll get himself a lap ahead of everybody else. Goodwin, Davis, Brown, Quisenberry. Not a bad idea at all. Jason Lindsay last pitted on lap 135. It'll be inside of 20 laps to go. So it'll be 42 lap difference in tires. Which is about half a run. He's got some damage to work with as well, so he's going to have to launch really early, at least get into turn 1 clear, and then just somehow hope he holds on. Willing to go for it, though, which I can respect. Michael Davis, Casey Brown went another lap down during that sequence, so they're now 2 down. Will be 19 laps to go on the restart. 7 cars on the lead lap. James Goodwin will actually be the man on his own lap, 1 lap down. Shorts coming back in. He's actually leaving pit road. So here we go. What could potentially be the final restart of the night with 19 laps to go. See how early this 99 wants to go on the older tires. We'll see if it even gets going. And it was very shaky. And Randy Arm's going to punt him off into the corner. That actually is going to help him more than anything. We're going to be 3 wide down the back straightaway for the race lead. Randy not going to have an angle at it, though. And it's just going to force him out of the way. We stay green. And that didn't even hold up for a lap. Randy was trying something different. He was hoping to put Glenn Murphy Jr. under some pressure. Couldn't force the issue just quite enough, though. And we got chaos all in the back. 99's going around. They think he'll get it refired, though. Gamble not going to pay off. We will stay green. He will actually lose that top 5. As I said, he didn't want a caution to come out. It puts more guys on your lap and you lose some spots. And Glenn Murphy Jr. laughing all the way to the bank, able to survive that. All sorts of chaos going on here. The last couple of laps, 15 laps to go. Michael Davis closing in on Casey Brown. James Goodwin is hoping for one more caution. He thought he had one. He's going to get back on the lead lap. He's ahead of Tiller on track, so that would at least be one more spot he could have had. There's a whole lot going on. Let's take another look at that. Randy obviously is not in contention with that 99 whatsoever. He's worried about the 48, so he's trying to force the issue. And just didn't get enough of a run to send it 3 wide. Gasses it up early. And it just says, yeah, I got 4 fresh tires. And that stacks everybody up. Kevin Ritchie jumping in there. He's just getting bullied on those 40 lap older tires. 4 wide for a moment. And then he just dives it in. Old tires, no grip. No caution, though. And that was pretty much that restart. Kind of got spread out as a result, trying to avoid everything. Michael Davis is trying to catch Casey Brown. Randy Arms, Kyle Ritchie, Glenn Murphy Jr. keeping each other honest. If someone were to have a huge mistake, they'd be there to pounce. But other than that, just about logging the next 10 laps off and moving on to Talladega for the cutoff race. There's one thing that we're monitoring, though. Now that it's in picture. Don't imagine that 99, even though his tires were completely gone, don't imagine he's happy with how the 8 passed him. Well, if the tires are that different, you could have just passed me anyways, but Randy's not going to view it like that. So here we go. They will catch them next lap. We'll see. Randy wasn't the only one that moved that 99 out of the way. So we could even have some more late drama. James Goodwin's hoping for it. One caution gets him back on the lead lap, and if it involves Mason Lindsay, that's a potential free spot there. He's going to get held up here. Glenn Murphy Jr., here we go. Crossover move there. Free of danger, and here's what we're waiting to see. Does Randy just ship him a second time? I think he might realize what's at stake here. And the 99's thinking about it. Tried it. Here comes Kyle Ritchie. I think he just showed... Fair enough, if that's what it was. He showed his displeasure, and it looked like it could have been worse. He was taking a left turn down the front stretch, but just showing the displeasure. So he's very, very unhappy. So it was teetering on something really rough, but they both survived, and the gap pretty much stays the same amongst the top 3 once everything's said and done. So we dodge a bullet there. 5 laps to go. Now 4. Hell, Mellon is obviously not allowed. Randy Arms was a 10th quicker on that last lap, though. We'll see. If he gets 2/10 somehow in the next 2 laps, he's got a shot at it on the last lap. Just washing up a little bit. He's just trying to push, hoping the car rotates center off, gives him something coverage. He's falling back. Davis still chasing after Casey Brown. No other battles on track at the moment. So we're heading to 2 laps to go. Randy Arms half a second back. Drives it in deep, gains a 10th, will lose that 10th on corner exit. White flag in the air, race is official. Actually, 3.5 car lengths back. That was a very solid corner. It was a 10th quicker. And on board through the exit of turn number 2, 3/10. He's got a shot at it if he wants to completely obliterate his teammate. Will drive it in really deep, get 2.5 car lengths, but Glenn Murphy Jr. will hold him off and finally pick up his second win of the season, his 11th top 5 in 11 races. Absolutely deserved, and he'll be your points leader heading into Talladega. Glenn Murphy Jr. says, I got something to say about this championship fight. Kyle Ritchie puts himself squarely in the mix. Schwartz, 13th. Not the race he would have wanted. Kevin Ritchie, a solid 4th. Scarbo, 5th. Tiller, 6th. Pace and Lindsay tried a gamble at the end, didn't pay off. 7th. Goodwin, 8th. Casey Brown, 9th. Davis, 10th. Quisenberry didn't start on time, still finished 11th. McGill, 12th. Schwartz, we said 13th. Tyler Justice want to get out of the race early on, 14th and 15th. And here is the well-deserved celebration. Let's go back and look at it for Glenn Murphy Jr. Catch his celebration. Finally broke through into the winners column. For weeks and weeks of trying multiple podiums, and he finally gets it done. Looks like he's just doing the Polish victory lap all the way around. And we'll see if we can a little bit of smoke there we got. So let's go ahead and see where he's at. There he is. All right. Here with your race winner, Glenn Murphy Jr. finally breaking through for that second win of the season, and late in the season, no better time than to get some momentum than heading into the cutoff race for the round of 12.
Yeah, it's a good run, man. This place has been kind of hit and miss. I was talking to Randy about it for the race. Sometimes you feel like you nail it and you get into a good rhythm in it, and sometimes it's a little bit feel like you just can't get it right, and you run top 3 all night and can't figure out what the leaders are doing to be fast. But it worked out for us tonight.
Interestingly enough, though, Randy Arms, your teammate, led 60 laps flag to flag. For the stage win, you're actually able to beat him off pit road under yellow, and from there on, you really just don't look back from that moment.
Yeah, Randy's always been really quick here. Kyle was super quick on a long run. I hated to see that yellow before the pit cycle in there towards the end. I would like to have seen us 3 be able to race it out, but that's the way these things go. And yeah, Randy's always been super strong here, and unfortunate as it is, it's clean air was so we talk about this every week, but clean air was so important, man. When you got stuck behind somebody, it was tough to get around him. He might have been a little bit quicker than me, but like you said, once we won the race off pit road there, it was easy to kind of control the race and take care of our stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, but I believe with this victory, you still might be tied with Randy. I'm not sure, or just slightly ahead, but you will be either first or second going into Talladega, the cutoff race, and all eyes forward on just having a smooth race there and locking yourself into the championship for.
Yeah, I mean Talladega is notoriously, I don't know why, man. I've led there off the turn 4 and gotten wrecked so many different times. Daytona, I feel like Randy and I are always, for some reason, we're running 1-2, and Talladega, I can never seem to finish a race. So I'm super happy to be going there. I don't know if we have much to worry about. I'll have to see what it looks like, but nonetheless, we did the best job that we could tonight to control next week, and then just show up and see what happens.
Absolutely, put yourself in the best position possible. Looking forward to it, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Yeah, just give a shout out to Randy and Kyle, man. It was fun. Like I said, it's anytime you come here and you get them long runs, and you get to see the talent over, not just the hot lap speed for the first couple laps. That was a lot of fun racing with those guys, and appreciate you guys putting this on. And I think we have 2 races left, and we'll get after and see where this finishes out.
Absolutely looking forward to it. Congratulations again on the win, and we'll see you back here next week for Talladega.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it.
Here with your runner-up tonight, Randy Arms started on the pole Led flag to flag in stage one, picked up a stage win as well. Interesting enough, got beat off a pit road under the yellow, and then from then on, it was just kind of stuck right behind that 48 for the second half of the race.
Yeah, had a pretty good car, but yeah, just got stuck behind Glenn there. I kind of took it easy into my box, not knowing how slick they were, and he ended up beating me off, and just couldn't get back into the lead. Just was way too tight behind him. Then ended up burning my rears off on that long run, and thought maybe we'd have a chance there with or say that yellow there at the end, but had one stay out, had to get through him, and I think I got a little damage from all that melee, and we we, we tried to put a charge there at the end, just didn't have enough laps or anything. But all in all, a, a good race. Should be in a good points position going into the cutoff at Talladega, so shouldn't have to worry a whole lot there. So yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. I did everything you needed to do so far in these first three races to give you a comfortable position heading into the wild card at Talladega. So, kind of feel good about that. A little bit of calm next week at the ultimate equalizer, wild card, whatever people want to call it. But yeah, should be shitting pretty. It'll either be still tied for the points lead potentially, or just right under it. But definitely in second. Tyler Justice had some issues tonight, so looking good to lock yourself into the championship for next week.
Yeah, yeah, that was kind of my goal to have a pretty good cushion going into Dega because trying to run around there in points races is like the worst thing ever. So yeah, we'll go in there next week. Hopefully, can us have some fun and then get prepared for the finale. Try to get a championship.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Congratulations again on the podium, and we'll let you get any shout outs in if you have any.
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Uh, or say good racing there with Glenn and Kyle. And then just thank you for or say putting on the broadcast.
Absolutely. Appreciate the kind words. We'll see you next week at Talladega.
Yep.
And let's get here with your third place finisher tonight. Kyle Ritchie had to have a good finish, and that's exactly what he did, and got a little bit of luck as the driver in fourth place. Jonathan Schwartz had some issues tonight, so going into Talladega next week with all to play for.
Yeah, we needed a good run. It's nice to talk to you without anyone else, which means we ran good and we were competitive again. So we are very happy about that.
Absolutely. At times, the second quickest car on the racetrack, potentially even the fastest man on the racetrack was running down Glen there at times. Car looked really good on the long runs here tonight.
Yeah, I suck short run, but like 60 laps in, I was scooting, and then Martinsville things on my race, and we can't do more than 2 laps without certain people wrecking, and it seemed to be the same person wrecking everyone. So yeah, that was fun.
But yeah, definitely an interesting race here tonight, and getting the outcome you need. We'll see how the points play out, but go into Talladega next week with a great shot. You never want to have to points race at Dega, but really nothing to lose on your side of things. You'll be just below the cut line, so all the pressure will be on those above you.
Yeah, we the only goal we have next week is go out there and win. So I have no pressure on me, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, I hope.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the podium, and we'll let you get any shout outs in if you have any.
First, I want to apologize to Tyler. I accidentally moved him out of the way to get a stage point. So I want to apologize to him first. Didn't mean to do that. And shout out you for broadcasting because I see Art slacking again. And shout out to Randy and everyone that runs this league.
Absolutely appreciate the kind words, and we'll see you next week at Talladega.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Here with the rest of the Speed Zone conglomerate. Start with you, Jonathan Schwartz, making things interesting next week at Talladega for everybody. What was your takeaway on the incident with Tyler Justice?
He just made a mistake and got stuck in the fence, and I had really nowhere to go. So felt like I had a good long run car tonight, and just never had a chance to show it. So it is what it is.
going into next week, don't know exactly how the points will play out, but what's the mindset knowing that it'll be closer than what you came into tonight? What's the mindset trying to points race at Talladega?
We're going for the win, so if I wreck it, it don't matter. I don't care.
Fair enough. And then some of the guys in here actually will be the ones trying to take that 4th spot away from you. Ryan Tiller, Tony Scarbo, good runs tonight for you two. What's the mindset on being just below the cut line and going to a place like Talladega next week?
I really wish I had 5 bonus points for a 0x. That's my mindset.
Good point. Tony, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, just have fun. I'm not worried about it.
Absolutely. Casey Brown, good to see you back out there again tonight. Top 10 for your troubles, 5th one of the season.
Yeah, we had power tonight, so we were able to actually make the race. We were absolutely dog crap tonight. I mean, I don't know what it was. We never could get the handling down, and then spun it out there because I took 2 tires, and that definitely wasn't the way to go. And it just I didn't know what how the car would handle. So that's on me for messing anybody's strategy up. We should have just hooked the car up to a plow or something. You know, we'd have been done a lot better than we raced. So, but hey, we'll take it, and we'll go to Talladega, and we'll see if we can get the win.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate the time as always, fellas. And we'll see you next week at Talladega. Should be a good one.
See ya.
Yep.
Thank you.
Here with Atomic Motorsports and a wild Landon Quisenberry, James Goodwin, Joseph McGill. How we doing tonight?
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Importantly, though, for you, James, you actually do gain points on the man that was in 4th here tonight, Jonathan Schwartz, so it gives you everything to play for at Talladega next week.
Yeah, gotta throw everything at it. What's gonna come down to? I mean, realistically, it's unless we have a crazy good turnout and everybody but me wrecks, it's gonna be pretty tough. But I felt like I had a decent run in the playoffs, so I can't be too upset.
And we'll see how the points end up. But going to Talladega, just be a little below, obviously. But looking forward to it. Obviously, no pressure. Just say, hey, we got to go out and win. So just, it's Talladega. We'll have a shot at it and just trying to get that win.
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, basically, it can't go worse than how I felt today on the track. So I just this track kills me, and then you got someone spinning you. Of course, I was like, I don't need help. I'll spin myself. But he helped me. So. And then somehow that caution not coming out with pacing going around, that would have given me my lap back and I would have been on the lead lap, but not sure how that didn't come out. So
for sure. Joseph McGill, your thoughts on the paperclip here tonight?
Honestly, I just existed tonight. I was there. Every so often you'd see me on the track, and other than that, I was just out of the way. I don't know. I wanted to be an extra body tonight. I wanted to assure everybody of having a good time. So I had fun. Talladega, though, it's my dream come true, so I'll be there next week.
I'm looking forward to it. Lenny Quisenberry's side, general chat, iRacing wouldn't let you in, but maximize the result here tonight anyways. 11th place.
It's just one of those things. I think that's the most bummer part. This is the one race the whole season I was looking forward to, and then it's like, I didn't even do anything. I reset my computer, reset my internet, kept going, and they get like 10 laps in. I was like, all right, let me withdraw and then re-enter, and then let me in. So I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything that really changed it. It was just kind of a bummer iRacing thing, but just.
you hacked his computer to make sure he didn't get in front of me in points.
Nah, it's whatever. I mean, I was quick. I had fun. I love this track. I grew up in Salem, Virginia, 45 minutes from this track, so I literally love this place. So always treat it like if I was actually racing it, and just like every other time you see me in a wreck or with any problems, my parents didn't raise a quitter, and I stuck through it the whole night, started from 10 laps down, and just kept going. I don't rage quit. I'll keep going until the car literally won't let me go. So, of course, no one in this league is gonna care about that. They'll probably die, not remember me at all. But I'll feel a little solace going to the pearly gates, knowing I was never a quitter. So, Yeah.
Absolutely.
So good night for the morals, but a little bittersweet because I think pretty much don't have a shot next week to get into the Final Four. But who cares? Hey, I beat the 6 card twice since the playoffs start, so we're here. I'm doing great. So
Yeah, absolutely. Good night for the morals as always. It's the most important thing. You can walk out of here with your head held high and have some fun at Talladega next week. Appreciate the time as always, fellas, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hello.
Here with the rest of GTSL, Kevin Ritchie, Wyatt Garrett. Kevin, solid top 5 night for you, sir. 4th place tonight.
Yeah, we actually finished. We still sped on pit road, so we still got that going for us. But we recovered this time, so there's that. I got to thank whoever wrecked to bring out the second to last caution. That was amazing.
Absolutely.
Or the last caution. That saved my race.
No, that fucked my. Oh, I can't say that. That screwed my
Mine's
race.
too. No, I'm just kidding. Interesting enough, yeah, you guys started on the same row 2, the Ritchie row. Kyle started 3rd, finished 3rd. Kevin started 4th, finished 4th. So consistent night for the brothers.
White started last, finished last.
Technically, you started 11th, Wyatt, so you lost 4 spots.
Oh.
You were the last qualifier. Remember, there was 4 that below you that didn't qualify. So
We finally finished the race.
Can't say the same.
Talladega next week. It should be good though.
Wyatt's already mad at me.
I want to see a Wyatt Garrett win next week.
I'm gonna take a week
No,
break.
because I got to push Kyle Ritchie to the win.
You don't have to push me to the win, Wyatt.
Yeah, dump you at the line.
I know you will. No, you won't.
Oh boy. Well, we'll wait and see how it all shakes out. Appreciate the time as always, fellas.
Or
and
Dylan Valovich would.
See you at Talladega.
Okay.
Fight you, Wyatt. I'm gonna fight you.
Okay, I'm leaving Discord before
Go
it
to
gets
Wyatt
too hot.
Blair.
We do actually have Pace and Lindsay who joined, so we'll let him get some final thoughts in. Here with Pace and Lindsay, 7th place here tonight. Started 9th, so ended up 2 spots in the good. Let's see here. Pace and Lindsay. Tonight, I believe your 6th start. I already had 1 top 5, 1 top 10, so picking up your 2nd top 10 of the season here tonight at Martinsville.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot more for it. We were running top 5 late in the race after that poorly timed caution in the middle of the pit cycle, but just got ran through on the final restart trying to make something happen and couldn't make anything of it, so.
Yeah, short track racing, I guess, at the end of the day. But what was the mindset? You know, obviously staying out no tires. Was there any thought 2 tires or 4 tires at the end? What would have been better there for you?
Yeah, I think I definitely should have taken 2 tires because I would have at least gotten in front of, I think it was the 59 that was in front of me in 4th place. So my left sides weren't very worn at all at the end of the race, so I think that would have been the right call.
Definitely appreciate the insight, the commentary, the time, and hopefully see you back here next week at Talladega.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, well that looks to do it here for interviews, so we'll pull up the final race results here for the Paperclip 200. Martinsville next week, race 404 in the round of 12. We're trimming it right from 12 to 4 at Talladega. Glenn Murphy Jr., Randy Arms, Tyler Justice look good, potentially to advance. Jonathan Schwartz, Kyle Ritchie, Goodwin, Tiller, all trying to take the spot away, so we'll see how that shakes out. Before we get to that next Tuesday, though, this Friday, we're kicking off season 33 of Rodcar, fully Gen 6 season. Kicking off this Friday, 9 o'clock at Talladega. So hope to see y'all there. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you on Friday.